You are listening to CrossTalk, a safe place to discuss addiction, recovery, harm reduction, and everything in between. Support for this podcast comes from the Kentucky Opioid Response Effort and Advocates of Recovery. Content and production by the team at Turning Point Recovery Community Center. Now, buckle up and get ready for the show.
Welcome everyone to CrossTalk Recovery, the recovery podcast that supports all forms of recovery. I'm Matt Lewis, and I'm here with
Sam Peterson.
Welcome, Sam.
Hey, buddy. So we don't have we
got nothing,
right?
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah,
Look,
so there were supposed to be some other people.
Well, I'm
doing
gonna
the podcast.
totally blow her out of the water because
Amanda.
I teased Amanda at the end of the year podcast.
Right,
we're supposed to do an all women's podcast. She was unprepared.
Correct.
So we pushed it back.
Yes,
it was supposed to be today. And of course, she made it snow so much that she couldn't come to work.
I've literally seen her doing some kind of Ouija board type deal.
Yeah,
that had some snow and ice.
You know,
I'm pretty sure she conjured that up.
She communes with powers unbeknownst to us.
Right.
But so here we are, you know. We're the ones here. We've been out shoveling snow.
Yes.
All day long.
Yes.
Sidewalks.
Yes.
Digging out cars of old ladies.
Yes.
Doing service work.
Yes.
Which feels good.
Yeah, it's spiritual bank, man.
Yeah,
we're getting that spiritual pay today.
Spiritual bank full.
Yeah.
That spiritual
so
bank
full that it's a little, my back hurts.
Yeah, the spiritual bank account does not pay for chiropractors.
It does not. But, every year I realize that I'm getting much older after physical activity.
It's weird how that works.
And it's used to be little gradual notices, right? Now, but in your 40s, it's every year it's oh, that's a big jump from last year.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier, but you know what? I feel like I'm in better shape than I could have been.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was.
Yeah, we worked a young one right out of the RCC today, so I felt good about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, look, I enjoy physical labor.
Yes.
I miss it quite often. I say more often than I should that sometimes I wish I was just out digging a ditch.
Right.
Sitting behind a desk or behind a computer.
Well, I mean, it's good for the body, and there's a simplicity to it, right?
Right.
I
accomplished something today. The sweat of my brow. And, that whole thing.
But and then you don't have the pressures and mostly the pressure to just do better every day.
Right.
Worrying about
you have a job to do. And
it's your actions. You're out there, you're working, you do this, right? You're not working with people. So much of it is on them, and you're always.
I mean, that's why everyone says, right? One of their favorite things about working with people is seeing the light come on in their eyes, because you want to see the productivity of your work, the benefit. You want to see it bear
then there's
fruition.
The dark side, though.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Yeah. You don't have to deal with that when I'm shoveling a.
Yeah, I don't have to worry. Shoveling snow is self-care.
Right.
You don't have to worry about your mental state when you're out there just throwing snow over your shoulder.
Yeah, I thought it was funny when Hadley said, "Yeah, I got a picture of you. You're just smiling." I was like, "Well, I was happy."
Yeah, bro. Like I was telling you while we were out there, we was closed all weekend. 3 days off, and I spent a little bit of time every day outside shoveling snow at my house, digging my cars out, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
I'm in that apartment, so I've just been in the apartment.
Yeah.
And I needed to get out of that apartment.
Being home alone, at least I had my wife at home. We're spending time together. It's been nice. I haven't missed work at all.
Yeah. Well, thank God for video games that, allow me to talk to other people while playing them, because if not, it's probably been really, really sad shape by day 3, Yeah.
I thought about reaching out to you, but I figured that's what you were doing.
Yeah. I was stuck.
Yeah.
Where I parked my car out on the street, it's right there, the curb's right there, and all the snow ended up on the side I was on. So when I was trying to go out, I went up, and when it went over, it went, and just the tire was just embedded against this curb. So I was afraid if I did too much, I'd pop the tire.
So who dug you out?
So luckily I was outside taking a look at it, and I was like, what am I going to do? You know, like, I'm going to have to get under here and try to jack this up and push it over. And then Dustin Stevens was doing a transport of some center point fellas, and they just pulled up, jumped out, and we pushed it right on out. I was like,
oh, nice.
Yeah, it was definitely a God moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, all right, guy, I got you. You're in trouble here. Because I had no clue.
And then we paid it forward today.
Yeah.
Because I saw this little old lady at her car. The same thing had happened to her. You know, the trucks had drummed up, packed her in there, and she couldn't get out. And then she left. And while she was gone, you and I dug her out. So when she comes back, she's got free, clear, easy. We're never going to hear a thank you for that. We're never,
that's the good ones.
I shouldn't even be talking about it.
Really,
now.
that's what I was kind of thinking, but it takes a little away from it. But still, I mean, that is the stuff you got to do to stay sober, man. I truly believe that. That's the kind of stuff that keeps you there.
You know what I thought about doing today on this podcast was just like bringing in some of the readings and just going off that. But this topic, when one of the readings, I forget which one it was this morning in morning meditation, talked about like the integrity aspect of doing things when no one's watching, right? Like just doing them. And I remember there was a point in my life where, and I have this, it's a vivid memory, and it happened many times, of me standing in a room of things needing to be done, but just standing there waiting for someone to walk in to start doing them, whether it was at my job or at home or wherever. Like, what's the point in doing something if no one's going to see me do it and appreciate it, right?
When I was working at the tire shop, I'd go in the morning, real deal. There was a lady that run their shop, and her name was Speedy, and she kept you hopping, you know, old school, kept you hopping.
Speedy kept you hopping.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I would walk in and walk to the back tire changer and get a little bit of dirt and just take it like this on the old uniform, right down both the arms.
So you didn't actually even, like, at least I would start doing something when someone walked in. You just made it look like you'd done something.
Already been doing something.
Nothing.
Right.
Nice. But, like, I look at that, and it's so sad that I would do that and that I thought that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Now, today, I can do things without expecting anything in return, without needing anyone to see it. I personally believe that God sees me do it, and that's all that
really matters
to me. So, you know, it's like the whole psychic change that takes place, and where you're like, you don't need a pat on the back for everything.
No, man, it's the deeds that go unseen are the best, I think. You know, like that stuff you do that when nobody's looking, right?
Yeah.
You're doing good stuff when nobody's looking, or you're doing bad, because it could be either or. Absolutely. You know, so if when nobody's looking, if you're trying to do the next right thing and continue to do that, you're probably doing pretty good.
Right. Yeah. Anytime if I started to think that way again, I would be able to recognize it, catch it, and adjust quickly now. Because, like, I think about this quite often in regards to my music.
Right.
Right? Like, nobody's listening to my music, but I do it because I enjoy doing it.
My aunt loves it. I think she's probably listened to all your music now.
Really?
She absolutely loves it. Ever since we did the little video.
Really?
She's all in, but sharing it with her.
Oh, that's
my
cool.
cousins have said things. She showed it to them, you know?
That's cool. Because I do it because, one, I enjoy it, and two, I really do hope that somebody gets something positive out of it, because it's all a positive, encouraging message.
I think she did, you know? So
well, good. And that's the goal behind it. But if I never hear that from anybody, I'd be okay, even though I have to guard myself, because sometimes I'm like, why am I putting all this effort into this that nobody's listening to?
It's like the Narcan distribution we do, man. Like,
yeah, it's true.
Like, you know, we do a lot of work making sure there's Narcan in the areas of that we work in, and we never get to know what exactly happens.
The thing with that is, it disappears. We know it's going out there.
Right. But
somewhere.
you never know, though,
We
if
don't
it's
know
really
who's
used.
right, exactly.
Occasionally you'll hear something, but that's it's like harm reduction. It's just trying to be a good person, because harm reduction is not only in substance use, but it's backpacks, warm blankets, socks, sometimes toothbrushes. It's
Right.
just making little differences in somebody's life, no matter what their circumstances, and making their life a little better that day. And that's what breeds hope, man. And that's
Well, I like that when you hear
the
people.
kicker.
Yeah, I like when people who don't understand harm reduction. You think about seatbelts or harm reduction. Anything that's going to try to prevent
Child
something
safety
bad from
seats,
happening.
the locks for all that is harm
It's like
reduction.
forward thinking. It's like I want to do this because it prevent this because that would be bad.
We're trying
harm, reducing harm.
and death.
Right.
That's the ultimate goal, is to reduce death. You can't
And then the whole
you can't help dead people. They're dead.
Yeah, now tell me if this is too cold, but that's what I say. Like when somebody I know dies, overdose, something like that, it's terrible. I mourn them, but also I can't dwell on that because I have to think about if I'm going to keep doing this.
No, we're going to tell a story, right?
Right.
We're going to tell it one way or another, either the good one of the recovery or the story that goes the other way.
Right.
I want to be on this side. There's one time I would probably hope for the other, but today, because of recovery and all the wonderful things going on, this is what I want, and I want other people to have it.
Right. But what I'm saying, and I totally agree. You're going to carry the message one way or the other. But it's like I have to, in this line of work, focus on the people who are still here that I can help.
Absolutely.
Because if I get weighed down by the people, the failures and the relapses and the overdose deaths, there's potential for me to let that affect, my work.
Every overdose death is preventable, right? And that's the thing. And that's what can weigh on you, I think. But the fact of the matter is we've got to help who's still here. I can't dwell on all the deaths, because it can, if you do, it'll weigh on you.
Yeah. And I've experienced more death in my recovery.
Oh, for sure.
Than my entire life before.
Being going through such a rehab like we did that is so big and expansive, and still working with people that go through it, the odds of you knowing people go up significantly.
I know a lot more people.
Right. That are prone, have a higher percentage of overdoses than anybody else in the world, right? So you're going to see it more. And I hate to say jaded, because it's not like I don't care. I still care about all those guys, but I can't dwell on them. I just say for the grace of God, there goes I. Because there was one time the odds were probably more on that for me than the other, than making it, and I think that's why it's so important to carry the message. Not only does it help them, but more importantly, it helps me, because I can remember real quick what the outcomes can be.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Hello, everybody. You want to know something? My biggest issue with meetings is, despite their name, they are never about me. Here at Turning Point, all of our meetings are for you and about you. We have meetings at least 3 times a day, 7 days a week. We are located at 415 Broadway, Paducah, Kentucky. Call 270-444-3621 for more information.
Hey y'all, did you know it's illegal to own just one guinea pig in Switzerland because they get lonely? Here at Turning Point, we don't want you to ever be lonely either. That's why we're open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Always feel free to come hang with our friendly staff, and don't forget your guinea pig. We're located at 415 Broadway Street, downtown Paducah.
Yeah, that's exactly as part of the QRT, going into the hospitals and meeting people where they are, recently experiencing an overdose or in the middle of an SUD crisis of some sort, and seeing them and remembering that's where I once was, it keeps it fresh for me, and I appreciate that, and I'm inspired to help that person because I know what's possible. Because that was, we talked about this earlier when we were driving around. That was the precipice for me, like experiencing the worst withdrawals of my life, detoxing off alcohol, and then from there going to Centerpoint and have been sober ever since. Like I had to go through that bad to find the willingness to do something about it, and then keeping it fresh like that and trying to help others and give back is what's kept me sober.
Yeah, man, I remember when you came in. When do you think the light really came on for you? Because it wasn't on when you got there.
No, and I've talked about it many times.
You were highly motivated, I think, but you were still on the fence.
I wouldn't say I was highly motivated to not. I mean, it was COVID.
Right.
I was hiding out. I figured the world was shut down. If I was going to give recovery a chance, this was the time. I wasn't going to be missing nothing.
Right.
Not that I was taking part in
anything
anyway.
Yeah.
But, man, it wasn't really till step 6. I've said it on here probably 100 times. Like step 6 is just like the willingness to put in the action. Not just the willingness to be sober.
One thing me and you really agree on is those are the most. I've always heard you got to work the 5th and you got to drop a real good 5th.
I agree with that 100%. I think the 4th and 5th are extremely important.
But without 6 and 7, you're going to have to work another one.
Without 10.
Yeah, well, 10 is a combined 6 and 7, right?
Right, but I'm saying doing it daily means I don't pile up enough stuff to have to go back and do it.
To me, 10 is 6, 7, 8, 9 all together.
Yeah.
That's what 10 is to me.
That's where, like, I completely agree with you on that. Is you get used to practicing these steps daily on some level, right? And recognizing the old behavior and addressing it.
Yeah, doing something about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to
continue
where
to
somebody
do
of us
this.
get caught up is like, you get that, I dropped the 5th. All right, I've done it. And you get that, finally that sense of maybe a little bit of accomplishment doing something that was really tough and all those things. But if you don't continue and really deep dive and continue to work on you from there, I think that's where a lot of us fall off. The guys I see recover that work that program work really good 10s and 11s and 12s. Really good.
I mean, I do know a lot of people who've been sober for a long time who they rework the steps every couple of years.
I don't want to do that.
That looks exhausting to me. But it works for them. And that brings up a great point. Like, I know we talk a lot about the AA program because that's what we worked and worked for us, but we support and realize that there are many different pathways to recovery. Right. And I think that mine has been a huge combination since I've worked here and opened my mind to many other pathways. And then, as I talk about all the time, having that toolbox, right? The toolbox that has all the tools you need for whatever life's going to throw at you.
Man,
and you can pull from all these different programs a little bit of something.
I love smart recovery.
Yeah, I
do like the cost benefit analysis and the hierarchy of values and breaking things down logically into my brain that just makes me feel comfortable, right?
Right.
Like when I can put it on paper, look at it. That's what I was kind of doing anyway. It's just they gave me a little bit better way to do things at times. But sometimes, I think that AA program, is great. But I added a little bit of that into it, and it didn't hurt.
No, exactly. And like I'm saying, even with, you have these holistic approaches, like the Racing for Recovery up in Ohio, and Todd Crandall. It's all exercise and yoga and spirituality, and I think that's an awesome pathway. I know, faith-based,
Yeah.
Having a relationship with God has been a huge part of my program. Just trying to be that person. The spiritual principles behind the steps are even, I say, often more important to me than the process of working the steps was very beneficial. But deciding what kind of man I wanted to be, the kind of man who lived by honesty and courage and brotherly love and perseverance and spirituality.
I really thank God every day for like me and you, right? Like having that person that I can soundboard stuff off of.
Yeah.
Because I have a sponsor. He's great. Probably today I don't have to call him as much because I've already boarded things off you because your office, our offices are right there.
Yeah.
But like having that person to do that with and be like, hey, man, this is what I'm doing. And being able to hold yourself accountable, tell another person, hey, this is what's going on in my life. I think I need to fix it. And then being able to,
Yeah.
is so important, like having that friend that you can just like say that like something, if you did something just terrible, and just be like, hey, this is what I did. Like, oh,
right. And first I'll laugh, then I'll make fun of you about it. Then I'll tell you, man, you probably should do something about that.
Yeah. But the thing is at that point when somebody says, all right, well, let's do something about it. You're like, what are you going to do about it? And then you put in the action to changing things, right?
Right.
Because you see the harm that's being caused or the bad behavior it can lead to, all those types of things. Because sobriety's not hard, but it ain't easy.
Right.
Because it's about working on parts of you that you find undesirable, which means you have to be willing to express those undesirable parts at any point in time.
Well, right. That's that step 6 where it's like you have to always be willing to work on yourself. That's why I talk about my number one goal is perfection. And I know it's a lofty goal because I'll never achieve that goal. But it will always give me something to work
towards.
Yeah.
And I agree. You've heard me say it, it's like it's the progress, pursuit of perfection. That's what I'm pursuing every day.
Yeah.
Am I going to make it? No.
I fall short every day of even trying. A lot of days, the thing that I'm supposed to be working on from yesterday, I repeat again the next day. But you know what? I recognize it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
And my conscience is
try
like,
better tomorrow.
Like, hey, guy, you fell short, which used to not happen. Like,
Right.
Hey, guy, you fell short yesterday. You going to do better today? Why aren't you talking to me?
I spent a lot of time shutting that guy up.
I did.
To where I got to a point which was the darkest place of my existence where I didn't hear it at all.
That's when you have become that real selfish human being that cares for nothing.
And just
substance use can lead. Not all people are that way, right? But you can, through substance use, just become the most selfish person on earth.
Yeah,
where people are only
for me. It
toys.
Was a place of but also for me, it was a place of hopelessness.
Oh yeah,
and despair.
It's dark.
Yeah, I as much as I put in all the effort to shut that off by staying numb, basically, and not even mentally present. It created this dark hole, which is like you feel like you can never. You wanted to get there. You didn't want to hear the guilt, shame, and remorse.
Like for me, like that dark hole, I tried to fill it with shiny cars, pretty girls, money,
never
praise, all those things that are false. They're real, but they don't last.
They don't satisfy.
Right. And it wasn't until recovery that I found that lasting thing, which was God of my understanding and a program of helping others.
Yeah.
That's lasting.
Absolutely. And I think one of the benefits and the wisdom that comes with old age is you start to see what really matters because you've had those nice things. You've had the cars, the money, the women, and you realize that never fulfilled me. And
sometimes made you feel worse because of the things you had to do to get them.
Oh, yeah. And the people that you had to, manipulate, lie, cheat, steal. Those things don't make you feel good. And then, it's that, you look at, if your house is on fire, what are the things you're going to miss,
Yeah.
I mean, truly, what are you going to be grateful for that you have when your whole house burns down in your life?
Yeah.
The people in your life that you care about and who care about you.
You know what's lasting is when you're so caught up in helping people that somebody you forget you did something for comes up to you and is like, hey, man, you remember when you did this for me? Like, oh, yeah. You're like, man, that really changed my life. And you're like,
you know what? That's funny you say that because I was just having this conversation with my wife the other day, and it's like, you don't even when you're trying to help people, you don't even realize the people that you're helping peripherally, right?
No.
I don't know if I've said that
Yeah.
right. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm focused on trying to help this person. And maybe I'm successful at it, or maybe I'm not. Maybe they appreciate it or they don't. But this person saw it, or this person was affected by it, and they appreciate it. And I don't even know if they are.
Yeah.
And they might come tell me that, or they might not. But it's like the ripples, right, of what we're doing.
A mom come up to me one time. She's like, hey, I just wanted you to know this is my son. I know you can't probably say anything, but thank you. And I was just like, okay. You know, like,
Yeah.
You don't even realize it, you know, that you've made these effects in other people's lives. And, you know, the person did all the work, and you just played this little part. But that little part is special, you know?
Yeah, because you had good intentions. You weren't trying to get the praise. You really wanted to help that person, and people appreciate that. You know, it's the beautiful part about it. It's the same thing with, like, going back to my music. Like, I truly do have good intentions of trying to spread positivity and hope through it, but then to hear, like, your aunt, I don't know her.
No,
never.
She's not
met
even one
her
of
once.
us. You know?
Right. But to hear that she's enjoying it and appreciating it is awesome. And I like it's important to have encouragement, right? Like, I don't seek it. I don't need the pat on the back for everything I do. But I think that...
Yeah, I don't give you enough, probably. Because publicly, I'll say this publicly.
No, I'm
His
not talking
singing
about
has
just
gotten way better.
I'm not talking
Way
about just
better.
encouragement for my music. I'm just saying in general. Yeah, it was awful, bro. I went back and listened to, like, one of those first videos that I put out. I was like, oh my God, they were, I mean, I knew, but now they're so bad. But not just in that, but I'm saying in anything that you do, it's good to be encouraged, you know, and it's easy to get discouraged when you're doing things and feel like nothing's happening, nothing's changing, nothing's being affected. But yeah, that's so important to remember that those ripple effects, like, take for instance our buddy that, you know, I tried to get him on the podcast today, tell his story. He was here a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And all we did was, like, he was out of control. We tried to help him. Could never seem to get through to him. He jumped on a bus and left. He was gone for 2 years. And, you know, then he comes, something we did attached to him. And once he went through another rehab and they were trying to connect him, I'm going to put him someplace. He said, I want to go back to Paducah because they're the ones that helped me the most. And he came back and about to have
he's been on
17,
fire, man.
about to have 17 months sobriety.
On fire.
And it's just like, you don't know that what we're doing today might not even bear fruit for years to come.
Like, it'd been really easy to say nothing was going to happen with that guy. You know, he wasn't the easiest person to work with, you know? So I think that's just a testament that you keep doing the work, you know? Somebody we used to work with always said, you know, it's the effort, not the outcomes, right?
Oh, yeah.
And not all the outcomes are going to be good, but some of them are going to be surprising. And that's one that was surprising.
Yeah. And that is that encouragement that, like, I may not see, like, the guy I'm helping today, I may not see him get sober today. And I may not see him get sober in 2 years, but maybe something I did today, planted a seed, watered a seed, did something that he's going to remember.
We'll be right back.
Did you know that recovery from substance use disorder and mental health go hand in hand? That is why the caring and compassionate mental health professionals at Four Rivers Behavioral Health in Paducah are here to help you find your balance. They are proud of you for making the changes necessary to live a healthier life and would love to see you reach your full potential. Give them a call at 270-442-7121 or stop by the downtown location at 425 Broadway in Paducah, Kentucky.
One thing I have always wondered is who put the alphabet in alphabetical order. At Turning Point, our goal is to help you put your life back in order. If you struggle or have struggled with substance use disorder and are in need of help, come see us at 415 Broadway Street, Paducah, Kentucky, or call 270-444-3621 and sign up for peer support services with one of our friendly staff who have lived experience with addiction. Hope to see you soon.
As a peer support specialist, it's our jobs to be the beacons of hope and to carry ourselves in a manner that people want to achieve to be, right?
Yeah.
That's how hope's found. So I have to put forth that effort every day, because if I'm doing it, maybe they'll do it. But if I'm not doing it, they'll be like, oh, no, I don't have to do it. Look, they don't do nothing. They're just whatever.
Well, that's why I think it's so important to practice what you preach, man. We can't just be saying all the pretty stuff and then, they see us out somewhere acting a fool. Like,
that'll destroy that hope.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had that happen to me with the guys I looked up to when I was coming through Centerpoint, and you see them, stumble, or you see them and I was new to recovery, when I came to Centerpoint. So the guys who were in there talking, saying all the really nice, pretty things, and could quote the book, and I'm like, this guy really knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And then they've been back to rehab 3 or 4 times since then. Not to say that that's, that they won't get it at some point, but it's just that was just a lesson I had to learn. It's not everybody who knows is applying. And application is what really matters.
I tell those, because, I've been one of those guys that had to go back, and it's not what's one of the things, forget everything you learned and leave it at the door. I think that's a horrible idea, for one.
No, remember what you learned because you knew it.
You just didn't do it.
Didn't apply it.
You're right. It's not about what I didn't or missed. What'd you miss? Probably nothing. It's probably what you didn't do.
I do though, that guys are coming back through, don't come through cocky and acting like, oh, no, listen, start being the guys who say all the pretty things and take over the meetings because they've done it a million times. Know that you know it. Now start applying it. That's what
It's kind of like when I've got I've sponsored a bunch of guys. They call them retreads, which I don't like, the term, but nevertheless, they're trying again. And it's always well, they've said, I really need to get the community. It's you worry about you and keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. It's true.
You sit back, you absorb, you listen, and you do better.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you talk, because everybody knows you can do that. Mm-hmm. You've been to recovery college, basically. So let's sit back, listen, and do. And that's what I tell them. Do. Because those actions,
or do not. There is no try.
Right. Hey, it's good to do. People are going to, if they see you living it, that's what's going to mean something, right? Early on, we first time, oh man, these guys know everything. But then they're still got 2 or 3 girlfriends, giving them ride to meetings, mooching for money, all the things that, the behaviors are the same as before they got found in recovery. So watch them. That's all that's what I tell people. Stay with the guys. And not about what they say. It's about what they do when nobody's looking again.
Exactly. Or when they think nobody's looking.
Right.
But I'm grateful, man.
Me too.
I really have been preaching this on another level. Everything I do is stay grateful now. And then you said it earlier today. So we were walking away from somebody, and you're like, "Oh, at Centerpoint."
Yeah.
You're like, stay grateful. That was great. I hope everybody starts doing that, man.
Yeah, man. Gratitude in action, right? It's one thing to say it, and we can say it all the time, and it catches on. It's good. It's something we should say more. But you're grateful when you're smiling and shoveling snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly
it just comes out of you, whether you know it or not, the gratitude will show. I get to shovel snow today, for just because I wanted to do it, not because the state was making me.
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
and, or, you know, things like that, man. Like, you know, when you've been to some of the places we've been, if you really take a look at it, man, it doesn't take a lot to be grateful. And it's not, like we said earlier, it's not going to be found in the big nice home or the nice cars or anything like that. It's going to be found with helping others, building relationships with good friends, and just trying to be the example and give hope to people who suffer from the same things you do.
Yeah, that's it, bro. Well said. I can't say it better myself. It's so important. I mean, I like, it's a great example. I lived in Panama City for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the beach, it was literally less than a mile to the beach. When I first get there, going to the beach all the time, partying, lived there for a couple of years. I was about to move. Realized I ain't been
endless summer, you know?
I realized, right. Well, I moved down there for the eternal spring break.
Right.
But right before I was about to move away, I realized I hadn't been to the beach in almost a year.
Yeah.
Mile away. Because you start to take it for granted.
Yeah.
Right? Because I wasn't grateful for it. I didn't appreciate it because it was right there. I thought it was always going to be there. And then once I realized I'm moving away, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to see this thing all the time. This isn't going to be right down the street. So it's about being able to appreciate that and be grateful for the things that you have in the moment, you know, and not take them for granted. And, you know, that I'm alive. I feel great. I was outside shoveling snow, getting a workout, to look at it like through that lens, that perspective on it. It's like, hey, me and my buddy outside
shoveling
shoveling snow, getting a workout, sun shining.
Yeah. And even getting paid for it, you know?
Yeah. That don't hurt.
That's a good day. It's a great day, you know?
It is. It is, man. And there's going to be many more of them because we look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Every day's a blessing.
Yeah.
You know?
None of them are guaranteed, right?
No.
So I'm going to start, I don't know when it was, but like some point in time, I was like, you know, I don't know how many days you got left. You know, less left than you've already lived.
Definitely.
So you better start enjoying them and appreciating them. So I did.
Yeah.
Whole different outlook on life, man. Yeah.
So, that being said,
oh yeah,
I challenge the listener.
Yeah.
Appreciate your life. Be grateful for what you have.
Find some good friends.
Grateful. Yeah.
Find some good friends. Help somebody else, and smile while you're doing it.
Amen. Plain and simple, folks.
Yep.
That's all you got to do.
Easily said. The action and the application is the test of time.
It is, but it's possible.
Oh, it absolutely is.
It's possible. So,
I think that's it, man.
that's it, bro. Check us out on YouTube. Listen to our audio versions on Apple, Google, Spotify, Podbean. And as always,
Stay grateful.
If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction or in recovery and needs guidance, speak with Turning Point's team of peer support specialists by calling 270-444-3621. You are not alone, and we are proof that recovery is possible.